Move this. Oh, hey everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Bobby, and this is my best friend Sunny. She's been helping us out today, or helping me out with demonstrating because I'm still injured. But I am going to try to join in on some of the stuff because we're doing inversions today. So if you have a wall nearby that you can use and watch this, it's a good idea to practice inversions with a wall if you're new to them. If you don't have a wall, that's totally fine. And if you don't feel comfortable going upside down, you don't have to. We're just going to take the steps that you need to take in order to get there eventually. So you don't even have to go all the way upside down today. But yeah, we're going to work towards it. If you have 2 blocks, you can grab 2 blocks. I don't really think you'll need them much for anything, but just in case, if you have them and like to use them, you can have them nearby. If you don't have them, that's fine. You can grab a couple pillows, a couple blankets. Yeah, and that's it for props. And we're gonna get started in legs up the wall pose. So you're gonna start by bringing one hip up, right up against the wall. You're gonna move all my stuff out of the way. Magus is going to join us for a little bit. I have to kick him out. So bring one hip up against the wall, and then you're going to come onto your back, spin your legs up and around so that your butt comes up as close to the wall as you can get it. Just got to be careful of my little succulent here. All right. And then tuck the shoulder blades underneath the back. Tuck the chin slightly so the back of the neck is long. Let the eyes close. Let the face relax. Maybe bring the left hand to the heart and the right hand to the belly. Slow down the breath. And feel the belly rise. Then the middle ribs and the upper ribs in your hands as you inhale. And then as you exhale, feel the ribs lower, the middle ribs, and then the belly pull in towards the spine at the bottom of the exhale. Keep taking deep, even breaths just like that. In 3 parts, otherwise known as Durga breath or Durga pranayama. Feel the warmth of your hands on your body. Feel the areas of the body that touch the earth, or where the legs touch the wall. And then also feel the areas in the body that aren't really touching anything, just feel the air in that space. Hear the sounds around you without reaching for them. But mostly hear the sound of your breath. Maybe even adding in Ujjayi breath, Ujjayi pranayama to your Durga breath, pranayama, by constricting the back of the throat, making a ha sound with the lips closed. And then cause the breath to be a little more audible, maybe allowing you to focus a little more. Hey, calm down. Use your breath to help you relax every single muscle in your body. And use your breath to help you release your thoughts. Letting go of what happened before you came to your mat, and letting go of what might happen after. Allowing you to be completely present. going to begin class with a quote from Soren Kierkegaard. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forward. Take a few more deep breaths here. Feel the belly sink into the earth, or the body sink into the earth. Hey, please don't drink off. And then when you're ready, begin to blink the eyes open. Then from here, you might want to step a little bit further back away from the wall. You don't have to go. Bring the feet onto the wall and cross right ankle over left thigh. Pull the legs in towards you, or actually you can move closer to the wall to help you with this stretch. But you can also do this without a wall if you don't have one nearby. Just take this figure four shape without the wall and use your arms to pull your legs in towards you instead of the wall. Keep the right toes flexed. Maybe you can use this right elbow to gently nudge the right knee out, or you can even use the hand if you're using your wall. Lengthen the tailbone towards the earth and send the breath into that right outer thigh. It's like he just disappeared. He's in the black box. Yeah, he's going to take a nap, so that's good. And then from here, uncross the right leg and switch sides. Left leg or left ankle crosses over right thigh. Keep the left toes nice and flexed. And move yourself closer to the wall to deepen the stretch. Lengthen the tailbone down. Maybe use the left hand to gently press the left knee slightly outward to deepen the stretch a little more. And then send the breath into that left outer hip. And then uncross the legs. Bring both feet to the wall, maybe a little bit higher up. And then we're going to bring the hands to the mat on either side. And I kind of have to have a ledge right here, but you're going to press into the feet to lift the hips up on an inhale. Kind of letting yourself get upside down a little bit right away. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Keep the belly pulling in. Exhale, lower. 1 last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Bring the arms out to a T or a cactus shape with the palms facing up. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let the legs gently fall over to the left side. Keep the right shoulder grounded. Maybe bring the left hand to the outer right thigh. Maybe bring the gaze over the right shoulder as long as that feels okay on your neck. Breathe into the belly. Inhale to bring the legs through center. And exhale over to the right side. Left shoulder stays grounded. Maybe the right hand comes to the outer left thigh. And maybe the gaze comes over the left shoulder. As long as that feels okay on your neck. Breathe into the belly. Inhale to bring the legs through center. Or you can actually keep them on the right side and then go roll yourself over all the way, making your way to hands and knees. Tabletop position. Bring the hands right underneath the wrists or shoulders, and the knees right underneath the hips. On an inhale, lift the heart, lift the hips, let the belly sink. Cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, pull the belly button in. Cat. And I forgot I need to plug my charger in, so keep moving with your cat and cow. Use your breath to guide your movements. Damn it, what did I do with my charger? Oh, there it is. I just don't want the computer to die in the middle of this. So keep breathing, using your inhales to find extension of the spine in cow pose, and then using your exhales to find flexion of the spine in cat. Keeping the belly pulling in towards the midline as you move through both of these movements. And then on your next inhale, come to a neutral tabletop position. Pull the belly in, lengthen the tailbone back. On an inhale, reach the right leg back behind you, about hip height. And then the left arm forward out in front of you. Keep the belly pulling in. Take an inhale. As you exhale, curl elbow in towards the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. 2 more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Then bend the right knee. Reach that right sole of the foot up towards the sky. Left arm can either stay out in front of you or reach back for the foot or ankle. Then kick the foot into the hand. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Tiger pose, just stretching out the shoulders a little bit. We're going to be using them a lot today. Exhale, carefully release everything back down. Then inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, thread the left arm underneath, coming onto the left shoulder, the left side of the face. Right hand can stay in front of the face or walk out long in front of you or wrap behind the low back. Breathe into the belly. Feel the heart open up towards the sky. And then exhale, release that right hand back in front of the face if it wasn't there already. Press into the palm. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, lower. Now keep the hips up nice and high, but walk the hands out in front of you, melting the heart towards the earth, Anahatasana, heart melting pose, or puppy pose. One of my favorite poses that I miss doing a lot right now. Inhale, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. We'll do that all on the other side. So on your next inhale, reach the left toes back about hip height. Inhale the right arm forward. Exhale, curl the elbow in towards the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. 1 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale to extend. Bend the back knee. Stay here or reach back for your foot or ankle. Kick the foot into the hand. Lift the heart. Lift the gaze. Keep pulling the belly in towards the spine to protect the low back. Exhale, carefully release everything back down. Then inhale the right arm back up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath. Keep that left hand in front of the face or walk it out long in front of you or wrap behind the low back. And if you move that left hand, you can bring it back in front of the face. Press into the palm. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, lower it down. Keep the hips up nice and high, but walk the hands forward in front of you. Anahatasana. And from here, keep the forearms out in front of you, but start to slide the heart through, making your way into your Sphinx pose. Legs lengthen out back behind you. Press into the tops of the feet and press into the forearms to lift the heart. Pull the belly in, lengthen the tailbone back. You can stay right here or maybe bend the right knee and reach back for your right foot with your right hand. Coming into half frog pose, a little bit of a quad stretch. Exhale, carefully release and switch sides. Bend the left knee, reach back for the left foot with the left hand. And square the shoulders off as best you can to the top of the mat. Lengthen the tailbone back. Carefully release the back foot. And then from here, tuck the toes underneath and lift the hips up to your forearm plank. Lengthen the tailbone back, reach through the heels and reach through the crown of the head in opposing directions. Then from here, walk the feet in more, lifting the hips up into your dolphin pose. Maybe pedal out the feet a little bit. Taking dolphin before our down dog today. Just to get those shoulders nice and warmed up, and then eventually find stillness for a moment. Then from here, we're going to move through forearm plank and dolphin. So on an inhale, step the feet back, forearm plank. Exhale, lift the hips up, dolphin. Inhale, step the feet back, forearm plank. Exhale, lift the hips up, dolphin. One last time, inhale, step the feet back, forearm plank. And exhale, lift the hips up, dolphin. Then from here, press into the hands to lift the elbows up into your downward facing dog. And if you can't get both elbows up at the same time, that's totally fine. You can just lift one elbow up at a time. Pedal out your downward dog a little bit. First downward dog of class, maybe your first downward dog of the day. And then from here on an inhale, wave the body forward, plank. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, downward dog. One last time, inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Then inhale, come forward to plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. Squeeze the elbows in. On an inhale, to untuck the toes. Press into the tops of the feet. Lengthen the tailbone back. On an inhale, lift the head and heart. Maybe the hands. Baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the head and heart. Press into the palms. Full cobra. Exhale, lower. And then maybe step the hands back a little further. On an inhale, lift the head, heart, and the hips up off the earth. Upward facing dog. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes underneath. Either moving through child's pose to your downward facing dog. Or on an inhale, press up plank. Exhale. Hips lift, downward facing dog. And when you're ready, bend the knees, look forward, step to the top of the mat. Feet land right underneath the hips. Let the body hang over the legs. Forward fold, maybe clasp opposite elbows. You can have as much of a bend in the knees as you need. Let the head and neck be nice and heavy. And then from here, bring a deep bend into the knees if you don't have one already. Release the arms and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Making your way to Tadasana, mountain pose. On an inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length in the spine. Exhale, plant the palms and either step or lightly hop back to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And from your downward dog, lower the elbows down to the earth into your dolphin pose. Keep pressing into the forearms to lift the hips. And then from here, interlace the hands in front of you. Take an exhale, and then as you inhale, come reach the shoulders over forward. You can keep the feet where they are. Exhale, press back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. A few more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. 2 more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. 1 more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And then from here, step the feet back to your forearm plank. You can keep the hands interlaced or bring them back underneath the shoulders, or shoulder width apart. Take an inhale here. Then as you exhale, lower the hips down, Sphinx pose. In your Sphinx, let's just do a couple neck stretches here to prepare ourselves for headstand. So bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Breathe into the left side of the neck. Inhale down through center. Bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. Breathe into the right side of the neck. Exhale, bring the head down. Send the breath to the back of the neck. And then inhale, lift the chin up, breathing into the throat. You can close the lips to deepen the stretch. And then we'll just do a couple slow circles. Inhale at the top. Exhale, coming down through center. Inhale at the top. Exhale through center. One last time in this direction. And then once you made it back to the top, switch directions. Exhale through center. Inhale at the top. Exhale through center. Inhale at the top. One more. Exhale through center. And then bring your head back to center. Then from here, tuck the toes and lift the hips up into your dolphin pose. From here, press up into your downward facing dog onto the palms. Inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. 3-legged dog. Maybe do a couple leg circles in both directions. And when you're ready, straighten that back leg, square off the hips. As you exhale, step the right foot through in between the hands. Then from here, we're going to walk all the way over to the left side of the mat, spinning both toes to the left side in our wide-legged forward fold. And just bring the head towards the earth, stretching out the hamstrings a little bit. Getting upside down in a different way in case you don't want to go upside down into any of the other ways we go upside down today. And then on an inhale, lift up halfway. Walk both hands back to the front foot, to the front of the mat, frame the front foot, and then step the right foot back, 3-legged dog. You can keep the right leg lifted or lower it and move through your vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Maybe do a couple leg circles in both directions. Are you okay?
Yeah.
And then
When too long.
when you're ready, straighten that back leg and square off the hips. As you exhale, step the left foot through in between the hands. And then walk both hands over to the right side of the mat, spin both toes in that direction. Inhale, find length, bring the left hand underneath the face, and inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, lower through center, and inhale, switch. Exhale, lower. Walk the hands back to the front of the mat to frame the front foot in your lunge. Step the left foot back into your three-legged dog. Either keep the left leg lifted or lower it and move through your vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And now we're going to play around with headstand. So we have two options you can play around with. You can choose to do both or one, and you can use the wall if you need. So starting from your downward dog, you're going to bring we can start from dolphin. Bring the hands out in front of you. Interlace all 10 fingers except for the pinky fingers. And then place the top of the head on the mat in that little shape. And then you can start by bringing one knee up and then maybe the other knee. Just try not to kick up into your headstand. It's not good for the neck. And then maybe lengthen the legs up. Keep pulling the belly in. Press into the forearms to lift the shoulder blades up and onto the back. And you may not make it here, and that's okay. You can just keep practicing those steps that we took to get here. So, and a good way to do that is here, I'll have Sunny demonstrate. So you'll bring your, you'll set yourself up for your headstand, bring your head to the earth, and then lift the hips. And instead of tucking up, you can just practice by walking the feet forward and back. And that'll help you work on the core strength and stuff and help you prepare to get the feeling of how it will be in your headstand. And then after that, if you want to, you can work by tucking one leg in, then maybe the other leg. Yeah. And then maybe you get one leg and then both legs. And then maybe you reach up. But yeah, once again, like I said, kicking up into a forearm stand and handstand is fine, but you really don't want to kick up into your headstand because it's not good for your neck. The next option for headstand that we have to play with is tripod headstand. And you'll start basically the same way in your down dog. Bring your arms out in front of you and then lower the head in front of the hands. And you want to make a triangle with your head and your hands. And you also want to make sure you have a nice 90-degree bend in the arms. You don't want the arms to be out here or over here or too close in. And then you, once again, walk the feet in as close as you can get them. And you can just walk them back and forward. Maybe you bring one knee to the one elbow and then switch. And you can do that a couple times. Or maybe you bring both knees to both elbows and hold here. Or maybe you start to lengthen up into your headstand. And then when you're ready to come out, you can either tuck out or maybe you are working on your pikes and you can lower and lift. Lots of ways to play around in headstand. So I'll give you a couple more chances to play around, but we also have to get to our other inversions and our other flows to get to those inversions. So just take a few more breaths in wherever you're at. And if you're ready if you're done playing with your headstands, make your way to child's pose. It's always good to come into child's pose after practicing inversions. I can't come into child's pose though. So whenever you're ready, make your way to child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, and either step, maybe lightly hop to the top of your mat. Don't worry, we'll get lots of time to play in that. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold, or plant the hands, step or hop the feet back to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right knee, open up the hip. And if you'd like, maybe flip your dog into wild thing. But if you are not there yet, don't worry about it. Take a few deep breaths in your wild thing. If you made it there, lift the hips up, reach the heart forward. And then when you're ready, carefully make your way back to your three-legged dog, right leg lifted. Take an inhale as you exhale. Oh, wait, sorry. Step the, okay. Lower the right leg down. I messed up. That's okay. Lower the forearms to the earth, dolphin. Then, from here, reach the right leg up and open the hip. Ooh. Just a little changing up things. I meant to do that with it. It's okay. We're not going to flip our dogs, our dolphins, though. You can sometimes. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anywho, from here, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, step the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand. You can lower the lift the forearms if you need. Just coming into our lizard, lower the back knee. Take a few deep breaths here. You can always be up on the palms or have blocks underneath the hands or forearms. And then from here, come back up onto the palms. Inhale to lift the heart. As you exhale, shift the hips back. Just fold to the inside of the right leg. Just stretching out the hamstrings a little bit because you do need some hamstring flexibility to be able to kick up into some inversions. On an inhale, reach the heart back forward, bend through the front knee. Plant the left hand down, inhale the right arm up towards the sky. You can stay here or bend the back knee and reach back for your foot with the right hand. Spin the heart open and roll the shoulder blades down the back. Carefully release the back foot. Bring both hands back to the inside of the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step the right foot back to your three-legged dog. You can keep the right leg lifted or move through your vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And since we did it on the other side, we might as well do it here. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Maybe flip your dog into your wild thing. Lift the hips. Lift the heart.
A lot of heart, nothing else.
Exhale. Make your way back to your three-legged dog. Then lower the left leg down. Or you could just lower arm down to the forearms. Try that with one leg. Bend the knee, open up the hip again in your three-legged dolphin, because dolphins have legs.
Three-fingered dolphin.
And then from here, step that left foot to the top of the mat, the outside of the left hand. You can come up onto the palms if you need. Take a few deep breaths here in your lizard. Lower the back knee. Forgot to say that. Stretch into the hips. And then come back up onto the palms if you weren't there already. Inhale to lift the heart. Whoops, nope, other way. And then exhale, shift the hips back.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. Just take a few deep breaths here, stretching out the left hamstrings. Inhale, reach the heart forward, bend through the front knee, plant the right hand down, lift the left arm up towards the sky. Stay here or bend the back knee and reach back for the back foot. Spin the heart open, shoulder blades roll down the back. And then exhale, carefully release. Bring both hands back to the inside of the front foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, shoot the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Keep the left leg lifted or lower it and move through your vinyasa. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, we're going to begin to play with forearm stand. So come to a wall if you need. You can bring the hands right up against the wall if you're using the wall, and make your way into dolphin. And if you like, you can use a block and frame that block with your hands like this. You can also use a strap around the upper arms too, but I forgot to bring my strap out, so it's okay. All right, so we're going to start from dolphin pose. If you're using a block, use your hands to frame the block. Press into the forearms and lift one leg up towards the sky. Then from here, try to keep the top leg steady and only hop using the bottom leg. And you might not make it up, and you can just keep kicking up until you do make it up, using the wall if you need. Keep pulling the belly in towards the spine and press into those forearms. Try to keep the gaze out in front of you, and that'll help keep you up and keep you from falling forward. This inversion is kind of awkward at first when you first learn it. And also remember to switch legs halfway through, kicking up on the other leg.
This is my bad side.
About now, yeah. I can only kick up on the good side right now, so I got kind of lucky with that. Yeah, just keep playing around with your forearm stand, and if you're ready to come out of it, you can make your way into child's pose again. I'll give you a little bit more time with forearm stand because I want to go into it a little more. Yeah, and it's kind of an awkward inversion at first, but once you get used to it, it's actually a little easier than handstand, but still looks just as cool. So, but yeah, it's easier because you have a little bit more surface area underneath you on your forearms. And then eventually you can start playing around with doing things with your legs. I didn't stretch out my back at all, so it's a little hard to do. Alright. And then, whenever you're ready, make your way to child's pose for a few breaths. Hips reach back towards the heels, big toes touch. Knees can either be wide or together. Just let the breath slow down a little bit. We have one more flow to work our way into handstand next. Yeah, if you like to bring your hands by your feet, that's a good idea because we were using our shoulders a lot today. So it's a good idea to give them a little break. And then when you're ready, reach the arms back out in front of you. If you brought them behind you. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward, either step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length in the spine. Exhale, plant the palms and either step or maybe lightly hop back to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, step the right foot through in between the hands. From here, really ground through both feet. And then on an inhale, reach the arms up overhead, high crescent lunge. Take a few deep breaths here, giving the arms a little break. Using the legs, lengthening the tailbone down. Then from here, bring hands to heart center. Find your drishti on a spot on the floor in front of you and step that right foot up about hip height. Lean the heart forward. Warrior 3.
Whoa. My bad, guys.
So heart reaches forward and up. Left foot reaches back. Toes point down towards the earth. Really engage that left leg. That'll help you balance. Pull everything in towards the midline. And then from here, reach the arms down. Lift the left leg up a little higher. Standing split. And from here, you can start to practice kicking up into your handstand. So you want to try to keep the top leg steady and only use the bottom leg to kick up. And maybe you catch some air time, maybe you don't. You can also do this with a wall. But we're going to have more time to play with handstand in a little bit. This one's mostly just for helping us learn how to kick up if you haven't practiced that before. So maybe take one more hop, one more kick up. And then lower.
All the way?
Yeah. Okay. And then plant the palms. Step or hop back to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then from here, reach the left leg up towards the sky. Step the left foot through in between the hands. Really ground through both feet. On an inhale, reach the arms up, high crescent lunge. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another, lengthen the tailbone down. Lift the heart up. As you exhale, bring hands to heart center. Find your drishti, and then make your way up to warrior 3. Right leg lifts up, heart leans forward, making a big letter T with the body. Try to pull everything in towards the midline. Square the hips down towards the earth and engage that back leg. And then from here, exhale, fold over that front leg. Standing splits, really reach that right leg up a little higher. And then to begin to play with your handstand hops again. The opposite leg.
This is my bad leg.
That's my bad leg when it comes to kicking up too. And then when you're ready, exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Step or hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. Now before we start to get into a regular handstand play, we're just going to do a couple tucks into your handstand tucks. So you're going to jump into your handstand, which can be harder to do because you have more momentum that you have to slow down, but it's a good practice to get yourself upside down. So you're going to start in your down dog, bend the knees, and just jump forward. You don't even have to come up as high as Sunny is. You might just only come up a little bit off the ground, and that's totally fine. Just working.
Even if it's like that.
Yeah, and then you can also try it with piped legs too, with straight legs instead of tucking them, which is a little harder, but it really helps work strength to make your way into handstand. And then from there, we'll go into a little more handstand play. So we're going to use the wall. And then, so we're going to start by actually sitting your back up against the wall, legs out in front of you. And then this is where your hands are going to go. So this was just like a measurement. And then you're going to turn around and place your hands there or facing the other way.
Oh
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're going to do L handstands first. So hands come underneath the shoulders. And then you're going to take one foot and step it up onto the wall about sit bone height. And then press the feet up. And it should feel really weird and hard and like you want your feet to be up higher, but you want this little sit. So maybe lower that's good. That should be good. Yeah. And then practice looking back towards the wall. Pull the belly in. And then practice lifting one leg at a time. Lower, and then lift. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Those are really hard, but it's really good. Those are actually harder than actual regular handstands, I think. But they really help you gain the strength that you need for handstands. And then the next handstand we're just going to do with the wall. So come to face the wall. Hands can be like a little bit in front of the wall, and then make your way to your downward facing dog. And then lift whatever leg you want to start with. And just practice kicking up. Trying to not like slam into the wall, but use a little bit of control to bring the feet to the wall. You might want to come a little closer. So I want to bring it so we can bring our heads to the wall. Work towards that. Yeah. So kick up all the way to the wall. All right. And then from here, press the top of the head into the wall, and you can kind of start to float.
Hold on, I gotta.
Yeah. And then once she's back up there, you can kind of start to float your feet away from the wall, using your head to balance. And that kind of gives you a little idea. And then eventually you can even kind of float the head away from the wall too. And you can still, you have the wall there to support you in case you start to fall out of it.
You want to try?
And then you can also just practice in the middle of the room. I'm kind of afraid to kick my foot up on the wall. Well, actually.
What? Do you want to do it right here?
What?
Do you want to do it on this mat?
Oh, no, I can do it here. I don't really want to do the wall because I'm afraid of hitting my foot too hard on it on accident. I'm also afraid of hitting the window too. Also, remember to make sure you practice kicking up on both legs. I can't right now, but otherwise I would. Try to keep your gaze forward too, and that'll help you lift up. And when you're up, try to keep everything straight and squeezing in towards the midline. Try not to have that banana back like I probably did, but handstands are a little scary right now because I really have to be careful of not landing on the snake or this foot. But they're still fun. Alright, so alright. Probably wind down. So make your way into your child's pose. Hips reach back towards the heels, big toes touch, knees either wide or together. Arms can reach back by the feet. Give your shoulders a little break. You did a lot of work today. Really start to slow the breath down. Hopefully you're nice and sweaty. You can feel the sweat starting to cool the body off. It's always good to sweat. Well, unless you're like in the middle of the summer and you're trying to look cute and you just it's really hot and you're sweating uncontrollably, which is a problem I have. Anyways, from here, reach the arms back out in front of you if you brought them back by the feet. Inhale to lift the head up slightly and walk the hands to the left or the right. Either way, we're going to go in both directions. Reach the right hip back towards the right heel. Breathe into the right side body. On an inhale, walk the hands back through center and over to the left. Reach the left sit bone back towards the left heel. Breathe into the left side body. Inhale to come back to center. Bring the palms together out in front of you. And then bend the elbows to bring the hands to the nape of the neck. Namaste, shark fin. Stretch out those triceps and shoulders a little bit. And then reach the arms back out in front of you. Then walk the hands in, come to sit up on the heels. We'll do a couple of wrist stretches here. So come to sit up on the heels and bring the hands out in front of you. Fingertips point towards you. Start to lean back. Spread the fingertips nice and wide and stretch into the forearms and the wrist. And then flip the palms over. Keep spreading the fingertips nice and wide, leaning back slightly, stretching out of the front of the forearms and wrists. And then bring the hands up, bring the hands into fists and do a couple circles. One way and then the other way. And then interlace the hands, go like this. Make sure to go in the other direction. And then go like this. Then the other direction. And then interlace the hands the opposite way. Do this again. And then the other direction.
The other direction's like kind of hard.
I know, I can't do it either. I don't know why.
It's so funny.
And then go like this. And the other direction.
Don't laugh at me.
Try. Alright. Shake them out.
That feels good.
Alright, now let's stretch out the shoulders a little bit. So reach the arms out in front of you. Cross right elbow over left. Bend the elbows. Either bring the backs, or you can either give yourself a hug, bring the backs of the hands to touch, or rock once more so that the palms touch. Lift the elbows about shoulder height. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Press the pinkies forward. Then carefully release the arms. Bring them back out in front of you. Switch sides. Left elbow over right. Bend the elbows. Either give yourself a hug. Backs of the hands touch, or palms. Lift the elbows shoulder height. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. Press the pinkies forward. Keep pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, release. And then from here, bend the right elbow. Reach that right hand as far down the back as you can. The left hand comes on top. You can stay here, reach the left out. Left hand out to the left, thumb facing down. Bend the elbow and then reach the hands towards one another. And if you have a strap, you can use a strap. Or if you can't reach the hands, just grab onto the back of your shirt or something. Press the head into that right elbow. Sit up nice and tall. Try to knit the ribs in. Exhale, release. Switch sides, left arm overhead. Give that elbow a little assist. Either stay here, reach the right hand out to the right, bend the elbow, reach the fingertips up. My watch gets in the way of this side. Now. All right, press the back of the head into the left arm. Sit up nice and tall. Knit the ribs in. Exhale, release. Shake the shoulders out a little bit. And then lower onto your back. Bring the soles of the feet onto the earth. Actually, watch the screen at first. We're going to go into a back bend, and I'm just going to demonstrate our 3 choices, and then we'll take the back bend together. So I want to demonstrate at first so you don't have to turn your head. First option is supported bridge. So both soles of the feet are on the earth. You're going to press into the feet to lift the hips and place that block underneath the sacrum on any height that you'd like. And if you're taking this version, you can just go ahead and take it right now and take it until we're done with our back bends. The second option is regular bridge pose. So you're gonna bring the arms down by the sides, feet underneath the knees. Inhale, lift the hips up, keeping both feet on the ground. Don't look at me. You can stay here or interlace the hands underneath you. Keep pressing the hips up. Squeeze the knees in towards one another so they're not splaying out towards the sides. Do not turn your head in this pose. And then when you're ready to come out, you release the hands and lower upper back, middle back, lower back. Third option is, we didn't do a lot of back bending today, so please be mindful if you choose to take this pose. Walk the feet in, starting out like bridge pose, except you bring the hands by the ears, fingertips point down towards the shoulder. Lift up onto the head first, and then press all the way up. Using both feet though. And then when you're ready to come up, tuck the chin and lower down. All right. So now that you know what you're doing, we're gonna all take one back bend together. On an inhale, press up to whatever back bend you choose. Squeeze the knees towards one another. Lift the heart. Press into the feet. And breathe. Exhale. Carefully lower all the way down. Bring the knees or the feet wide. Knees come towards one another to help release the low back. Remove your prop off to the side if you were using one. And then bring the arms out to a T or cactus shape, palms face up. Legs at a 90-degree angle. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently let them fall to the left side. Right shoulder stays grounded. Maybe look over the right shoulder if it feels okay on your neck. Left hand can come to the outer right thigh. Inhale, legs lift up through center. Exhale, legs fall to the right side gently. Left shoulder stays grounded. Maybe the right hand comes to the left thigh. And breathe. Inhale to bring the legs back through center. Give yourself one last big squeeze. The knees in towards the forehead. Pull the belly button in. Take an inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Release the legs out long in front of you. Arms down by the sides. Palms face up. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath the back. And tuck the chin slightly so the back of the neck is long. Let the legs relax completely so that the heels naturally turn in and the toes naturally turn out. We'll do a quick body scan. Make sure you're relaxing your feet and toes, your lower legs, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your belly, your spine, your chest, shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, hands, neck, face, eyes, and head. Begin to let the breath return to its normal, natural state, releasing any breath control. Still watching the thoughts float by like clouds and letting them go. Shavasana. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana longer, you're welcome to do so. But if you're ready to come out, start by deepening the breath. Let go of the fingers and toes. Circle the ankles and wrists. Rock the head from side to side. Reach the arms up overhead, the legs out long in front of you for a nice morning stretch. And then carefully roll over onto your right side. I'm going to roll over onto my left now. Rest here for a moment. And then whenever you're ready, try to keep the eyes closed or a soft gaze. Make your way into a comfortable cross-legged seat at the top of your mat. Reclose the eyes if you opened them. Sit up nice and tall, taller than you have all day. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, palms touch at the top. Exhale through the mouth, hands come to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Tuck the chin or bow the chin towards the heart and take a moment to thank yourself for carving this time out of the day to do something good for your body and mind. Thank your body for all that it does for you. Hopefully you got a chance to go upside down a little bit and have fun with it today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Sunny, also. Bring the thumb knuckles up to the third eye space. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everyone. Hope you had a good class and got upside down a little bit. Normally I would be teaching these classes at Crux Chiropractic here in Milwaukee, but I can't get there right now because of my knee. But I still really like them and want everyone to support them, so please follow them on Instagram and Facebook. Make an appointment with them if you need to see a chiropractor and you're ever in Milwaukee. Please join me next week for my Yoga for Cyclists class, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. My Thursday Yin and Yang class at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Wait, did I say Yoga for Cyclists is at 7 p.m., not 7:30. That's what I said. Anyway, this class, Energizing Vinyasa, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time every Saturday. Please let me know if there's anything that you'd like to work on in any of my classes. I'd love to include anything that you want to work on. And yeah, please donate if you can. Thank you.
Say bye to me.
Bye, me. Bye. Have a good morning. Bye, me.